Hey y'all, so today I'm going to show you my cloud Freshie, and here all I'm doing is taking my beads, I measure them out first, and then I put them in a jar and put some white mica powder in, and then I'm shaking it up. And today's scent is Christmas tree. So I will bake it, and I use a roll pin for the screw hole. Okay, so my cloud Freshie is in the oven. I bake it at 350 for 8 minutes, and I use a toaster oven. If I use my big oven, I have to go maybe 10 minutes. So here I am getting my string. I'm only doing 6 colors. I don't do indigo when I make it this way. So I'm going to slow it down in just a second so you can see. So what I've done is I have cut 4 pieces of string, 2 shorter and 2 longer, and here the shorter ones, I'm going to loop it through on each end. So I take the little wrappers off, and then I don't knot it or anything, I just loop it through. And then I'm going to take it and fold it in half, and I'm going to cut it right in the middle. So for each strand of yarn, I'm going to get 2 tassels out of it. And I'll go ahead and make both tassels now, just so when I get another Cloud Freshie order, I won't have to make the tassels then. So here what I'm doing is taking one of the longer pieces, and I am going to wrap it around the top to give it that bunched look at the top. And I normally do about 5 to 7 wraps, somewhere in there, and then I knot it. So today I was having a little bit more problems than I normally do because of my fake nails. I don't normally have fake nails, and so they caused a lot more complications than what I'm used to. So normally it takes me maybe 20 or 25 minutes to make the 6 tassels, and today it took me about 45 minutes. For the sake of this video, I am going to speed it up because y'all don't want to sit here and watch me playing with tassels for 45 minutes. So I make sure I knot it, and I try to make sure that the string is about as long as I'm going to have my tassels be, so that way I don't have like a really short piece hanging out. Once I wrap it, I knot it. I'm not sure if I said that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the second tassel as well, and that way it's just done and ready for the next time. So this time I did not hold on to my string when I was doing it, and so I actually messed up and had to unwrap it to rewrap it because I couldn't find the right strand to tie the knot. So I suggest when you do this, hold on to that piece by your thumb, so that way you have it ready to tie a knot. So you can see me sitting there trying to find it, and then I'm just like, oh, nope, screw this. I'm going to just unwrap it and do it over holding the string. So it's a little bit of a pain, but once you get the hang of it, they go really quick. Yeah. Now this time I'm holding it, and so I will be able to tie the knot super easy. I never would have thought fake nails would have given me such a problem, but they did. So it could just be because I'm not used to having fake nails, and especially this long. I normally have my nails very short, but it was a little bit of a challenge today. And of course, it was the day that I was recording the tutorial for you. So I swear I know how to do it. It just was not cooperating today. red is done, I'm going to do my orange, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to speed it up. So I'm doing my 2 shorter strands on the ends, folding it in half, and then cutting it down the middle. It'll give me 2 tassels. So then I'm going to take the longer pieces, and I'm going to wrap it around the tassel, tie it off in a knot, and I'll do that with both tassels. And I'm going to redo this process 6 times. I find it easiest just to go ahead and make both tassels because the way it's set up, it works very easily. When I first started this, I was getting like 3 or 4 tassels, but it was taking me a lot longer. So I was only like, I was counting the strands and doing it that way, and it was just way too time consuming. So this way I use more yarn, but it takes me a lot less time, so it's worth it. I got this yarn off Amazon. I got a big pack of it. It was pretty cheap, so I will post the link below so you can see where I got mine. It's not a sponsor or anything like that, so I'm not going to get paid if you click on the link. But that's the those are the ones that I use. And if you see there are little eyelet rings, I will put the link for those as well. And I got those off Amazon. And those are just going to very easily screw into the cloud. Okay, so I went and got a measuring board, and I normally do this with a rotary cutter, but my rotary cutter is dull, and so are my scissors, but they were the best option. So I measure those to about 2 inches, and that's where I cut it. And I am only cutting the ones that I'm using. Okay, I'm going to slow it back down. So now I'm going to take one of my little eyelet rings, and I put, there's 2 strands at the top, and I'm going to put it through one of them. And then I'm just going to tie a double knot on there, and then cut off any string that is hanging over. So I try to cut it as close as I can to the eyelet screw, but keeping in mind that if it comes untied, the whole tassel's junk, because you're never going to be able to tie something that small or get another piece through it. I've tried. So I try to leave just enough that it's not going to come untied, but where it's not hanging either. And I'm going to do that with all of the colors. Okay, so now that I have all of mine colors done, I am going to take my cloud, and since the beads don't bake all the way together on the side, there's still some like, I don't even know the texture to it. It's pretty easy to push the screw things right into it. Occasionally I'll have a problem and I will have to pull out the needle nose pliers to like force them in, but for the most part, they slide right in. I just find a spot that's between 2 beads where there's a little bit of a hole, and I shove them right in, and then screw them in there tight. So I try to watch my spacing. My spacing doesn't always end up exactly perfect because of where the holes are naturally in the Freshie, but I just push them in and use needle nose pliers if I need to. All right, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of this process. Okay, so when I am done, this is what my Freshie looks like. So I will add a string and be done. I hope you enjoyed.